objectives in this class is basically just to promote relaxation, increase the blood flow in your cat to get them feeling healthier. If you have an older cat, it's great for increasing the flexibility because it gets those little joints moving. And again, for older cats, it's great because it just makes them more comfortable. Benefits, first of all, it's a great way to bond with your cat. It doesn't take 45 minutes like adults do. It's a 5-minute session, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It increases blood flow, especially to the skin, so your cats will have beautiful, beautiful coats because just getting that blood flow, getting the blood up on top, their coats will shine. It helps them get rid of waste. It helps promote body awareness. It just teaches cats that touch is good. And the other great thing is when we go through the whole process, the 5-minute things of it, at the end you'll have touched every part of your cat. Cats are so super sensitive to just different parts of your hand. Whether you're doing a stroke using your palm, you could do the exact same stroke and use your fingers. You can use the tip of your fingers, and each time you do it, it's going to be different for that cat. They're so sensitive to just little things like that. So it's something you'll have to pick up what your cat likes, what your cat doesn't like. One of the things in massage therapy which we talk about is always having one hand on the person or on your animal. So if you always have one hand somewhere, they're always going to feel you, and it's always going to be that much more relaxing. And the next time you have a massage, notice that your massage therapist will always have one hand on you. The first ones all address the head and the chin. The first one is called Crowning the Queen. It's just basically talking about this part, the whole crown of the head. So we're going to start just doing little strokes down the head, and then think about the ears. The base of the ears, most cats love to have the little base of their ears massaged, do little tiny circles at the base. And then the graceful sweep, you can just continue and think about a letter C on the side of the cat. You're going to start here and make a C around and up the chin. So you got your little circles going, you got the little ears going, and then you're just going to come down the back and go up the chin, making letter C's around the ears, down the chin, and up. And then when you're there, you could just finish up with a couple little under the chins. A lot of cats like you just to get that little part and actually go down their little nose. I can't see her, and I'm not going to force her to do it, but you may want to just actually go down the nose. And then I don't think there's any cat that doesn't like to have their little buccal rolls, they're called, massaged. So you could just get in there and get those little pads done. Little circles there. Getting those little done. That's usually a big winner right there. Side of the head, you can come and think about going down the side of the neck a little bit now. Just doing some nice strokes down the side. And getting down the neck a little bit. And a lot of cats like it if you could just do a little circle around the little lump. They usually like that too. The first thing I talk about is the grand effleurage, and it's just doing the strokes down the side. Those nice long strokes. Usually the longer the better. If you can start at the top and work your way down, usually that's the best way to do it. What's really nice is I call it the waterfall, but it's doing the gentle strokes, but it's making it one continuous motion. Think like a waterfall coming down. So you start when your hand's just about done. You get this one going. Exactly. And it's going down, the whole thing going down. It's one continuous motion. You always have one hand at least going down the whole time. Another thing is the spine. And this is called the horseshoes. We talked before about the little C, and actually we're going to be not pushing on top of the spine itself, but going down along it. And you certainly can feel your animal's spine. It's never a problem. It's making that little C, and it's just going down, putting the pressure on this part, and going down along the spine. And cats usually just love this. I've never met a cat who didn't like it. Just nice and gently. This is one of those things where you don't want to do it real hard the first time you do it. It's something you want to, roll into gradually, but just going down the spine. The next part we're going to address is the shoulder blades. It's very easy on most cats to feel the shoulder blades itself. In fact, usually you can actually just feel the whole outline of the shoulder blade, but I always start just doing some nice motions going down the flat plate of the shoulder, getting that all down there. You could then actually do little circles on the shoulder blade itself, get all those little muscles in there going. And then that little dip that you're going to feel, and hers is very easy because of the way she's laying, sometimes depending on the way the cat's laying, how close their shoulder blades are, but that little dip in between where their shoulder blades meet, you can even get your finger in there and do some little circles in there. As far as the legs on a cat, the biceps, I don't spend a lot of time only because a lot of times I can't get to it because at this time the cat's either, sometimes a little too comfortable, and that I just don't do it personally. I don't think cats appreciate it as much. But you certainly can work down the leg and get that little muscle, the little bicep here. You can do actually do like a horseshoe, but put your whole hand around it. It's probably the easiest way, just kind of going down. That's the one time where you should always go against the fur and bring your hand back up. The paws themselves, now she's got hers tucked under there, so I'm not going to fuss with her. I would have done it a couple minutes ago. It's great to do your cat's paws, and I always tell that, especially if you have a kitten, to get them used to touching paws is a good thing. But basically, it's just going down, touching the paws, getting those little paws under the bottom, rubbing those little pads. So the more you touch their paws and they get the association that it's okay, you're just teaching them that touching their feet is okay. Once you have your cat relaxed like this, it's just starting at the paw and just going slowly all the way down to their legs. It's doing that slowly. And what you will notice, if you have the cat who's on their side and receptive to this, they'll do it a couple times and they'll kind of stretch a little bit. But if you keep her calm and you just do it slow, you can get them to just kind of, so they're actually laying, like they open up like a flower, just laying straight out like that. And again, like I said, it's not important that you do every single one. Just keeping in mind, if you can kind of touch every area, it's great. It's a great thing because you'll get to know your cat.